Have you ever stood up from your chair and felt a tiny hesitation in your legs? Just a small delay, a strange wobble. You tell yourself it's nothing. Maybe you sat too long, maybe it's just age, but what if it's more than that? What if that small moment is actually your body's quiet way of sounding the alarm? A whisper that your legs, those dependable legs that have carried you through decades of living, might be the first part of you starting to fade. It doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly. You skip the stairs and take the elevator instead. You lean on the wall just a little more often. That walk around the block, it suddenly feels longer, harder, and the truth is most people don't even notice when it begins. But I want you to hear something important today. Your legs are often the first to go, before your heart, before your memory, before your energy. And if you ignore it, that slow fade could lead to something serious, a fall, a fracture, a long hospital stay, even a loss of your freedom. This video isn't about fear, it's about awareness, and it's about action, because you still have time to protect your strength. You still have power to change the story. Today, I'm going to walk you through 3 simple but powerful foods that can help keep your legs strong. Foods that fuel your muscles, support your circulation, and restore your balance. They're affordable, easy to find, and most importantly, they work. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and stay with me. Because your legs are not just limbs, they are your link to the world. Let's keep them moving. Let's keep them strong. Starting today. Let me tell you about someone I once met named Harold. Harold is 74, a retired postman, the kind of man who always had a story to tell. Rain or shine, he laced up his sneakers every morning and took a walk around the block. He called it his quiet time, just him and the fresh morning air. But something started to change. First, his walks got shorter. He told his daughter it was just the weather. Then he started holding onto the railing when going down the porch steps. She asked him if he was feeling okay. He said, "Just getting old, sweetheart." Then came the moment he sat down on the couch and needed both hands to push himself back up. That's when he finally admitted it. His legs felt different, not exactly painful, just slower, less reliable, like they were losing something, and he's not alone. This is often the first warning sign that your legs are weakening. You don't notice it at first because your brain adjusts. You start using your arms to help yourself up. You lean on furniture more than usual. You walk a little slower. But inside, something important is happening. After the age of 60, we naturally begin to lose muscle mass, especially in the large muscles of the thighs and hips. These are the muscles responsible for standing, walking, and climbing stairs. It's called sarcopenia. It's normal, but it's not harmless. Once it starts, it moves faster if you don't stop it, and it's one of the main reasons older adults become less mobile and more vulnerable to falls. But here's the good news. You don't need a gym membership or a heavy workout routine to fight back. You just need to recognize the signs and respond with care. Even simple seated leg lifts done while watching TV can help rebuild what's been lost, and what you eat makes just as big a difference as how you move. Because without the right food, your muscles can't rebuild, your legs can't stay strong, and your energy fades even faster. In the next part, we'll talk about the second warning sign, one that shows up in your feet but reaches much deeper. Now, let me tell you about Margaret. She's 81, a retired teacher with a warm smile and a love for knitting by the window. Her routine was simple. Tea in the morning, classical music on the radio, a soft blanket across her lap. But over time she started to notice something strange. Her feet were always cold. She would wear thick socks. She'd turn the heater up. She'd even use a hot water bottle at night. But the cold never really went away. Then came the tingling, like pins and needles, then the numbness. And one day she stood up and couldn't feel her toes. She told her doctor about it and they ran some tests. The diagnosis, poor circulation in the legs, a condition called peripheral artery disease, or PAD. It happens when the blood vessels in your legs start to narrow. The muscles in your legs, especially the calves, stop getting the oxygen and nutrients they need. They get weaker. You feel tired walking, you stop moving as much, and little by little your strength fades. This is the second warning sign. When your feet are cold, numb, or tingling, it's more than a comfort issue. It's a signal. Your blood isn't flowing like it should, and without good circulation, your legs can't stay strong. It's not just about feeling better. It's about keeping your muscles alive. So what can you do? First, move. Even short walks help pump blood to your legs. Try wiggling your toes, rotating your ankles, pointing and flexing your feet while sitting. Second, elevate your legs when you sit. A pillow under the calves can help relieve pressure. And third, hydrate. Blood flows better when your body has enough water. But here's where it gets Even better, some foods can actually help improve circulation and nourish those tired leg muscles. Foods that are simple, affordable, and perfect for older adults. In the next part, we'll meet someone who lost trust in their own legs, not because they were too weak, but because fear stepped in first. Let me introduce you to John. He is 80 years old, a proud Vietnam veteran, a loving grandfather, and for most of his life, his legs were his pride. He used to spend his mornings in the backyard garden. Hands in the soil, sun on his back, planting tomatoes, trimming hedges, picking fresh herbs for his daughter's cooking. That garden was his retreat, a place where everything felt steady and peaceful. But one afternoon, while backing away from a flower bed, John stumbled slightly over a rake. He caught his balance, stood upright, and looked around. No fall, no bruises, no injury, but something inside him shifted. The next morning he didn't go outside. He sat by the window instead, watching the breeze sway the rose bushes he had once trimmed so confidently. A week passed, the hose stayed coiled, the gloves untouched, and within a month the garden looked like it was waiting for someone. His daughter noticed. She gently asked, "Dad, why don't you go out to the garden anymore?" He smiled faintly and said, "Maybe I'm just getting too old for it." But the truth was quieter than that. It was fear. The fear of tripping again. The fear that the next stumble might end with him on the ground, alone, unable to get up. This is something many seniors experience but rarely talk about. It is not just physical weakness, it is hesitation. The moment your mind starts questioning your body, and here is the real danger. When you doubt your legs, you move less. When you move less, the muscles grow weaker, and as the body weakens, the fear grows stronger. It becomes a cycle that slowly steals your independence. But here is the hope. That cycle can be reversed. John's daughter brought him a cane. Not because he was unable to walk, but because it helped him feel safe again. They started taking walks together, first to the mailbox, then to the end of the block, later around the neighborhood park. John began doing small balance exercises, toe lifts while brushing his teeth, shifting his weight from one foot to the other at the sink. Slowly his confidence returned. Because strength is not just about muscles, it is also about trust. And when you start believing in your legs again, you begin moving with purpose. In the next part, we will show you the 3 powerful foods that support muscle recovery, blood flow, and the energy your legs need to carry you through life. Shall I continue with part 5? Food, reveal 3 foods that strengthen legs? Now that we've talked about the emotional toll and the physical warning signs, let's shift to something more empowering. Because no matter what age you are, your body still responds to the right kind of care, especially through food. What you put on your plate matters just as much as how you move. These next 3 foods are not just healthy. They are powerful allies in the fight against leg weakness, poor balance, and slow recovery. Let's dive into them one by one. Food number 1. Salmon is like a super supplement for your legs. Rich in high-quality protein and packed with omega-3 fatty acids, this fish helps rebuild and preserve muscle mass. And if you remember, as we age, we naturally lose muscle, but giving your body the protein it needs can slow or even reverse that loss. Omega-3s are also critical for keeping your blood vessels flexible and improving circulation. That means more oxygen gets to your legs, helping you move better and recover faster. If fresh salmon is expensive, canned wild-caught salmon works too. Add it to salads, sandwiches, or enjoy it with steamed vegetables. Just 2 servings a week can make a noticeable difference. Food number 2, leafy greens, spinach, kale, collard greens. They may not seem like leg food, but they are essential. Why? Because your legs don't just rely on muscles. They rely on strong bones and healthy nerves too. Leafy greens are rich in calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K. These nutrients support bone density and reduce inflammation, 2 crucial factors in staying upright and mobile. Toss them into soups, stir-fry them with garlic, blend them into smoothies. You don't need much. Just a handful each day can help reinforce the foundation your legs depend on. And here is something many people don't realize. Leafy greens also contain natural compounds that improve circulation and help reduce swelling in the lower legs. That means less heaviness, less discomfort, and more freedom to move. Food. Number 3, beans. Beans are the unsung heroes of senior nutrition. Black beans, lentils, chickpeas. All of them deliver plant-based protein, fiber, and key nutrients like iron and B vitamins. Protein supports muscle repair. Fiber keeps your blood sugar stable so you don't experience crashes that make your legs feel tired or shaky. and iron and B vitamins help fight fatigue, giving your muscles the energy they need to keep going strong. If you've avoided beans because of bloating, here is a tip. Rinse them well and start with small amounts. Over time, your body adjusts, and the benefits far outweigh the inconvenience. Try adding beans to soups, stews, or even making a bean salad with olive oil and herbs. They are inexpensive, easy to store, and incredibly effective. Together, these three foods form a strong nutritional base for healthier legs. Salmon for muscle and blood flow, leafy greens for bone and circulation support, beans for steady energy and muscle recovery. You don't need fancy pills or expensive powders, just simple real food that works with your body. In the next part, we'll talk about the small, daily habits you can combine with these foods to build long-term strength and confidence in your legs. Shall I continue with part 6? Supportive habits to rebuild strength. Eating the right foods is only one part of the puzzle. To truly rebuild strength in your legs and regain your confidence, you need to support that nutrition with small, consistent daily habits. Not overwhelming workouts or complicated routines, just simple actions that send a message to your body. The message is clear. We are not giving up. Let's talk about 5 practical habits that, when done daily, can help you maintain and rebuild leg strength starting right now. Habit number 1, seated leg lifts. Sit upright in a sturdy chair. Lift one leg slowly until it is straight, hold for 5 seconds. Lower it back down, do the same with the other leg. Repeat 10 times on each side. This move strengthens your quadriceps, the big muscles in your thighs that are essential for standing up, walking and keeping your balance. You can do this while watching the news or your favorite show. Add ankle weights later on for more challenge. But even without weights, this habit reminds your legs they still have work to do. Habit number 2. Sit to stand without hands. This one might feel hard at first, but it is incredibly effective. Sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, cross your arms over your chest. Now, try to stand up using only your legs. If you need to use your hands at first, that is okay, but over time, your goal is to rise using leg power alone. Do this 5 times in the morning and 5 times at night. It mimics real life. Every time you get up from the couch or out of bed, your legs do the work. Let's keep them ready. Habit number 3, toe raises and heel lifts. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair. Hold on lightly, raise up on your toes. Hold for a few seconds. Then, rock back gently onto your heels. Hold again. This exercise strengthens the lower legs and ankles, helping with balance and reducing the risk of falls. It also improves circulation in your feet and calves, which are often the first areas to feel cold or numb due to poor blood flow. Habit number 4, short walks. Often you don't need to walk for miles. Start small, around the kitchen, down the hallway, around the garden. The goal is not speed, it's consistency. Set a timer if needed. Every 2 hours, stand up and walk for 5 minutes. It helps loosen stiff joints, activates your muscles, and improves circulation. These small breaks throughout the day do more for your body than one long walk, followed by hours of sitting. Habit number 5, elevate and stretch. At the end of the day, lie down and elevate your legs with a pillow under your calves. It helps drain fluid buildup and ease the pressure on your veins. While you rest, gently point and flex your toes. Make small circles with your feet. These stretches improve mobility and reduce nighttime cramps. These habits are not about intensity. They are about consistency. About sending a signal to your body every single day that you are still in control, that you still care, that your legs still matter. In the next part, we will address a powerful emotional truth, because even with all the knowledge and all the tools, fear can still hold us back, and we're going to talk about that next. Shall I continue with part 7, the emotional toll of losing strength? You can have the right foods, you can have the right exercises, but if you do not address what is happening inside your heart, you may still find yourself hesitating. Because losing strength is not just physical, it is deeply emotional. Let me tell you about Walter. He was 82, a proud man, a retired school principal, and someone who had always been known for his sharp mind and steady hands. But lately something had changed. He stopped walking to the mailbox, stopped working in the shed, stopped climbing the steps to sit on the porch swing, something he used to do every evening with his wife before she passed. When his daughter asked why, he gave a soft smile and said, "I guess I just don't trust my legs like I used to." And that was the key word. Trust. You see, when your body starts to change, when your legs begin to feel shaky, when you stand up and feel that tiny wobble, something quiet starts to shift in your mind. A voice creeps in, one that says, "What if I fall?" And that question, left unanswered, becomes a wall between you and the things you love, the things you used to do with ease. And here's the hardest part. People around you might not see the fear. They might think you're just slowing down, that you're just old. But inside you know it's more than that. It is the fear of losing independence, the fear of needing help, the fear of becoming someone you no longer recognize. But I want to tell you something you might need to hear today. Fear is not weakness. Fear is your body asking you to pay attention. Fear is trying to protect you, but fear is not in charge. You are. You get to decide what happens next. You get to choose how you respond. So if you feel like Walter, if you've quietly given up parts of your life because you no longer trust your legs, I want you to know this. You can get that trust back. Not overnight, not all at once, but step by step. Start by being kind to yourself. Start by standing near something solid and safe. Shift your weight from one leg to the other. Feel the ground beneath you. Let your feet remember they are still capable. Celebrate the small wins, the few extra steps, the one less time you reached for support. The confidence that starts to return, and if you need help, ask for it. A cane is not a defeat. A walker is not failure. These are tools. Bridges that carry you from where you are to where you want to be. Use them with pride, because they are proof that you are not giving up, that you still care, that you are still walking forward. And more than anything, remind yourself your legs are not just limbs, they are memory keepers. They have carried you through every season of your life. They are tired maybe, but they are not done. In the next part, we will return to something practical and empowering, the 3 foods that can fuel these legs back to life. The ones every senior should add to their plate. Shall I continue with part 8? 3 essential foods that protect and restore leg strength. Now that we've talked about the fear, the weakness, and the warning signs, let's talk about something you can do starting today. Because the truth is, what you eat plays a massive role in how strong your legs stay. Every bite is either building you up or slowly wearing you down. And there are 3 simple foods that work like secret allies for your legs. They are not exotic, they are not expensive, but they are powerful. Let's begin with the first one. Food 1, salmon, your muscle healer and circulation booster. You may have heard salmon is good for the heart, but for seniors it is just as important for the legs. Why? Because salmon gives your body high-quality protein, which is the building block of muscle. As you age, your body begins to lose muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia, and the only way to fight it is by giving your muscles the fuel they need to rebuild. Salmon also contains omega-3 fatty acids. These reduce inflammation, improve blood flow, and keep the tiny vessels in your legs open and flexible. Better circulation means more oxygen reaching your leg muscles. That means more strength, more energy, and less fatigue when you walk or stand. Not a fan of cooking? You can buy canned salmon, add it to a salad, make a sandwich, or eat it with crackers and a squeeze of lemon. Just 1 or 2 servings a week can make a real difference. Food 2, leafy greens, the bone protectors. You might not think of spinach or kale when you think about strong legs, but here's the thing. Strong muscles are not enough. You need strong bones too, and leafy greens are packed with the nutrients your bones are craving. We're talking calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K, all of which support bone density and reduce your risk of fractures. Without strong bones, one small trip or slip could land you in the hospital, and sadly many seniors never fully recover after a serious fall, but with leafy greens you're giving your legs a strong foundation. You don't have to eat a salad every day. You can add spinach to scrambled eggs, toss kale into soups, or blend greens into smoothies with a banana and a little yogurt. You won't even taste it. These small changes can protect your independence. Food 3. Beans, the energy source your legs crave. Let's talk about one of the most underrated foods for seniors. Beans, black beans, chickpeas, lentils, navy beans. You pick. These are packed with protein, just like salmon, but they also come with fiber and complex carbs that release energy slowly. And that's important because your legs don't just need strength, they need stamina. They need to keep going during walks, chores, or just getting up and down from a chair. Beans are also rich in B vitamins and iron, nutrients that help prevent fatigue and support nerve health. And here's a bonus, they are great for your heart. And when your heart pumps better, your legs work better too. You can add beans to soups, make a quick salad with olive oil and lemon, or mash them into a spread. Worried about gas or bloating? Start with small amounts and rinse canned beans very well. Your body will adjust over time. Why these foods matter together. One helps your muscles, one strengthens your bones, one gives you lasting energy. Salmon, leafy greens and beans, a simple trio that can keep you walking strong into your 70s, 80s and beyond. Because here's the truth, it is never too late to nourish your body. Even if your legs feel weak today, they can get stronger tomorrow. But only if you give them the support they need. And the beautiful thing, you don't have to eat perfectly, you just have to eat more purposefully. Every small step counts. In the next part, we will bring everything together. The fear, the strength, the science and the hope, and remind you why your legs are worth fighting for. Would you like me to continue with part 9? Standing tall again, a new beginning for you and your legs. Let's take a moment to step back and reflect. Maybe you've seen the signs, maybe you've felt them in your own body or noticed them in someone you love. The hesitation before getting up, the quiet fear of stairs, the little shuffle instead of a confident stride. And maybe it made you feel powerless, but here's what I want you to remember. You are not powerless. What you've heard today, the signs, the causes, the solutions, they are not just information. They are a path forward because your legs are not done, not even close. They might be tired, they might be aching, but deep inside they are waiting to be cared for, waiting to be strengthened, waiting to carry you into your next chapter with pride and steadiness. You do not need to accept weakness as your new normal. Yes, aging brings changes, but it does not have to bring fear. You can still move, you can still grow, you can still rise. Start with one choice, a small plate of leafy greens with dinner, a can of salmon added to your grocery list, a handful of beans stirred into a soup, a short walk after breakfast, a leg lift during your favorite show. These are not grand, dramatic changes. They are quiet acts of care. They are messages to your body that say, I believe in you. I want you strong. I'm not giving up. And those messages matter because the more you move, the more you build. The more you nourish, the more you restore, and little by little you reclaim the strength that once felt lost. Not to run marathons, not to prove anything, but to live fully, freely, confidently, to stand without fear, to walk without doubt, to feel the ground beneath your feet and know it is yours to walk on. Now let me speak to the caregivers. Maybe you are watching this for your mom, your dad, your spouse. Maybe you are the one who sees them hesitate before rising. Maybe you see the worry in their eyes even when they try to hide it. You are not helpless either. You can start by sharing this conversation. You can gently guide them toward better food choices. You can cook a new meal together. You can walk beside them. You can believe in them even when they are unsure of themselves. And that belief, your belief, it can become the spark that lights their way forward, because love, real love, is not just about comfort. It is about courage. The courage to say, let's do this together. The courage to hope. The courage to begin again. And so we return to the beginning. You stood up from a chair. Your legs felt shaky. You told yourself it was nothing, but it was something, and now you know. Now you see the pattern. Now you have the tools. Now you can act. So tonight, make a promise to yourself. Not a loud one, not a perfect one, just a quiet promise to choose one thing, one better food, one gentle movement, one supportive word, because every step matters, every bite matters, every act of care builds something stronger, and your legs, your beautiful legs, they are worth every effort. They are your freedom, they are your foundation, and they still have places to take you. So go ahead, stand tall, move forward. Your next chapter is waiting. And your legs, with the right care, they will carry you there.